building your biological edge when it comes to sleep. Two things that have a real impact on our sleep: what we're eating and the time that we're normally going to bed. Those are things that are in our biology. It's our physiology. It has to do with our body. It's not even as much of our mind, but it's what's going on in our body, and that's going to have an impact on our mind positively. So, the food we're eating. What food do you normally eat the night before a competition? Write it down. Think about it. For athletes like myself in wrestling, it's not very much because we have to be in a certain weight class. But the food that we eat could have a big impact on how we feel before going to sleep. And if we're eating the wrong foods, it might be keeping us awake. Like if we're having sugar or chocolate or caffeine. A lot of people will have a nightly cup of coffee or caffeinated tea. So write it down. What do you normally eat the night before a competition? What do you normally drink? And what might be some good substitutes? Substitutes being without caffeine or without sugar. Take a moment there. Next, a big part of getting the biological edge for sleeping is controlling our circadian rhythm. If you know you need to normally get up at a certain time, in order to get those 8 hours, that means you're going to have to go to sleep at a certain time. So you want to think about this. You might not want to be up all night playing video games, going on social media. What time are you normally going to bed to get up at a certain time? So I always use this example. Tournaments and competition day usually have to be up early. You have to be up about 6 o'clock in the morning, sometimes earlier. If I got to wake up at 6 a.m. to get 8 hours of sleep, I got to go to bed by 10 p.m. So you don't want to start doing that the night before a competition. You want to start in the beginning of the week and ideally throughout the year. Get in the habit of going to sleep at a regular hour so then you could wake up feeling refreshed and feeling ready to go. Again, this might vary by different sports. So what time are you going to normally go to? What time do you normally go to sleep? Put that down on paper. That's a sobering exercise sometimes when we think about what time am I normally going to bed at? Or if there's a range, write down that range so you could see it on paper. Take a moment and do that. All right, now that we have that slap in the face and we see what time we're normally going to bed, a lot of us, it's not where it should be. What time are you going to commit to start going to bed? Or give yourself a range. Write it down, put it down on paper. This is a new commitment you're going to have to yourself. What's the range of times that you're going to start going to bed? And you might want to think, what hour am I going to start turning down? In other words, what hour am I going to start putting down the electronics? At what time am I going to start doing my pre-sleep routine? And at what time do I want to be out and asleep by? And think about your competitions. If you know your sports in the morning, your practices are in the morning, you're going to have to work backwards to get those full 8 hours of sleep. Write that down. It's going to have a huge difference biologically in how you go to sleep. Your food and your circadian rhythm are going to go a long way. Mindset makes the difference. And that's a wrap for today's podcast. I'm Gene Zanetti from Wrestling Mindset. Make sure you check out our website, wrestlingmindset.com. Get our ebook. Make sure you get that ebook. Great information. Represents some of the best information that we have. Lessons that we've learned from some of the top wrestlers in the world, lessons that we've learned from our own experience, and the best that research can provide. Get the ebook, wrestlingmindset.com. Also,